according to Ender. Map selection doesn't really matter. You're gonna have to play them anyway. It's all good. Ooh. For now, the wall's gonna drop, so they will have to eventually start building. It looks like now's the point, but again, back of your minds, Vania is in such a key position.
Yeah, the cycling for that toxic screen as well. Perfect coming out from BBL, and she's still here.
Only good for one, though. The rest of G2 actually trading pretty effectively, doing pretty well at this. And now 2 flashes to play with. Have a couple of opportunities here. Close flash finds nothing. Still a player on the site. 1 towards back, and yeah, this is now getting very difficult with 20 HP. G2 standing series.
Yeah, speaking of Vania too, she's gonna be this first point of contact here in G2. Not even the util, just contact up, and that's a guiding light towards site. 1 found in towards R as well, but Felipa, a big risk to still go for that contact.
You can see it being poured in. Having Viper, a KJ, and post plant joined with Harbor as well. It's a lot to get past. Now they're going to try and apply a bit of pressure here. They haven't made any progress towards that spike itself. There's the push. That's not bad, but Glance sends them back, and the defuse isn't going to happen. Roxi waiting patiently. Careful. Roxi's position should be checked. Oh, that wasn't bad, though. Able to pick up 2 there, but to go for this retake here, so you can see that utility is going to force Petra to play a little further forward. Glance can't swing that corner anymore. Still has a flash to play with, so maybe on the spike. Invests it, but they need to deal with this now. The diffuse still going to be going on. They have to check this. No. They push on in. Perfect work from Petra to be able to handle that. This puts a lot of pressure on these 2, though. And now you can see the ult coming in as well, which is going to make it twice as hard. High flash over the top, hoping it finds it. Does at least slow down the roll a little. Vania needed a bit more than that, I felt, but still makes the best of a bad scenario. But they bullied their way through towards the site.
Situation, and Mary's always the one to try to slow down the roll with the retake.
That's gorgeous, just playing on that spot. Has the ability to even back away from this, using that utility against them. Mary in charge this round. Huge impact already. And yes, Glance gets taken away. As does Mary. Hold on, there's still a chance of this, but 10 HP isn't much. Just gonna pour that utility in. Keep your mind on the time here. Mimi still has that nano swarm if she wants to try and invest it. There it is. That could be GG right there. Mimi, the plan at least G2. A 5v4 finally in the favor of BBL.
Seeker's coming out now as well, finding that information. Vania also has Viper's Pit for post plant. But things are definitely going to get scrappy here into towards this retake, especially with the operator in hands here for Felipa.
Yeah, counter just came in. Petra still will be the only one really tucked up on site here. And it's perfect from Petra again. Takes down another. How could no one take a fight on Petra here? Finding the timing just to bob and weave back and forth. Flash through the wall and we're into a 2v2. Alkyia a little low. Eva sitting pretty, but looking vulnerable. Looking on a platter. Mimi can still do some damage. She takes down one, another 1v1.
Mary dashed up in towards heaven, but they know.
Fully aware. Mary gets found. Can't turn the tides here. Oh, Roxi deciding to go for the ult here in this 3v5. Big lurk needed, not gonna happen. Mimi can't find it. Down to 2 now, that lockdown is a problem. Roxi is in a world of trouble. If she can fight her way out, that'd be fantastic, but it's just too much to bear. As now the 4 players from BBL looking for the first time to get that round on the board. Now I think they know there's someone behind screen as well, so there's the spam. Vania's in a lot of danger, flying on over as Mary, but a great trade for Petra to keep this working in towards G2's way. None of the kills quite going clearly towards BBL, spamming out towards the coast though. They've denied it. Diffuse, Plant denied, and now the problems begin. Petra trying to readjust here, but has very little support. Ball drops, Rayka's behind it, and this is perfect from BBL. Don't worry, it's a lot of pressure towards the site. They are right here and very fast. 1 minute 17, and they're committing. Mimi gets an isolated fight. Dreamy, you couldn't ask for anything better. A heady moment for her, for sure, as now BBL do get the plant, so time's on their side, but it doesn't feel safe on the site, and getting away from this cleanly might be difficult, but Mimi's now down low.
Oh, she's down low, but ooh, she's better.
Man is here. Doesn't check it, doesn't see
it. The timing?
Oh, Vania, this is unbelievable, almost unthinkable. First and second. Perfect play from Vania, and Alkyia over-delivering here. BBL doing it, Vania doing that sort of damage. And now Roxi and Glance, this is not what you expected as you finally make your way back towards the site. We're here now. But the work's still cut out for BBL. They can't take a break as Mary. An extended spray, not pretty in the first, but did at least get one. The trade was there. Petra wanting the follow-up and actually gets it. Ridiculous scenes from Petra, but hyper-aggression being shown. But do they know Glance is really here? It looks like they're aware of it. Trying to clear towards back of the site. Gets the first, knows the flash came from somewhere, knows it's going to be another player and gets a second. Glance, incredible work. And now, just down to Felipa. Is there a clutch potential here with 17 HP, 8 bullets, and a dream? 15 seconds here. Glance with a look up and above. Dangerous shot. Mary has to back away from this. 10 seconds now. They still need to get that plant down. Is there anything to deny this, or does it go down? No! Glance denies it. 4 seconds now. They are running out of time. I don't think they can get the plant down anymore. G2 just keeping them away from those final. Yet. And now with a little bit of patience, they get towards the site. Roxi going to be pinned towards the back, but she does have some help, but she doesn't maybe need it this time around. The right click just fine as Petra there in support. Doesn't quite get the conversion, but there's so many bodies from G2 now. This is very difficult for BBL, and they're fighting as a team finally. That's something that felt a little bit off. Some of those kind of crossfires, some of the trading wasn't quite there for G2. This time, much better around.
Glance right now, regrouping here in towards stairs. It's just a contact play. The second Mimi hears a sniff,
30 seconds
it's just
left.
gonna be a swing out.
Actually even got this far, it's quite surprising.
No, for Petra on this retake situation, just waiting for these B main players to catch up.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
No.
All of that work and then didn't check the back of that nade that went through, but the swing out's not bad. We're down to a 1v1. This was looking so good for BBL, quite clean, but the time is on their side and Felipa's on the back of the side, so unless Petra gets this real snappy, this should be all but done. Petra trying to find this fight and Felipa's having none of it. She doesn't want what Petra's trying to sell, and Petra's just going to have to close that gap to her best. It's a lot on Mary to really do some damage, but that turret's a bit of a nuisance, so that's going to give away the game. I like what Alkyia is doing though, trying to take a little bit of control towards heaven. Rayka will be the one to try and deal with this, playing from Wine. That's the first challenge for the two. And it's challenge passed. Mary delivers, as does Petra, and now it's all starting to get a little bit dangerous. Petra's got to do a lot of work here, and she can't do it. The rest got held back by, well, one of the ults. Speaking of the other, it's Mary bounding on in, still going to be finding it, still putting up numbers. The back line gets broken.
Roxi or Petra often alone now. A duo to trade.
Try and play with more bodies on the site might be the solution, as G2 this time actually, navigating this hit with ease. How's it gone from one extreme to the other so quickly? Make sure there's no threat to that lockdown if it does come in. And they know that this is in place. So how do they deal with Ava though? Because she'll be sat there waiting. This is the counter on counter, so they're going to try and get aggressive behind it. That's why Petra is here to threaten this, to buy time on the lockdown, but gets back to business, takes down one. The trade out comes in, the lockdown is still in effect. They need to deal with it, and they have. And they finally bought themselves some time. Roxi though waited, could only get one, and leaves it all down to Mimi in the 1v2. Time already has gone from this. Spots the first, just drawing the attention, just showing the barrel of the gun, unable to get it towards halfway. She's being toyed with now. Mimi trying to take matters to her own hands. That will be denied. That plant can't go down in that spot. Go for a second time of asking. This time the pressure's starting to mount, so way less comfortable in the post plant. Almost a body block, but goes back in for the second and still gets the kill. This is much better from BBL. Huge damage from Alkyia, 3 already this round. Masses of impact. And now Mimi and Petra not looking, or excuse me, just Petra not looking likely in this one. Alkyia, if the timing's right, she could maybe punish 2-3 players here on the playback through, but let's see if that timing is right. Ooh, maybe a couple of seconds off, but actually they want to brawl on it. G2 taking the fight towards Tree and makes a bit of a mess of it. Now Roxi with a, that's rough.
Right here.
But does Alkyia get away from this? They have got that mid-crunch coming in. She's going to have to make a go of it. Mary has got the punisher now that puts Ava on a platter. A little bit tricky to get away from it now. Smoke drops towards CT, but Ava, lovely positioning and a better snap towards Glance.
Lockdown in play here for Rayka as well. Unlikely to be needed, and now it's Mimi all alone. Spike in hand, at the very least.
Show me what you got. This is going to be difficult. And gonna get the Rayka's okay still. They can live through this. The flank's on the way, but it has to be Mary to do some serious damage now. Actually, it's Petra. Finds Vania, can't clear over by Dice. The second swing not good enough to claim Mimi's life, so they will be able to get the plant. A couple of recovered weapons, but the Hunter's Fury, I don't think that connected. And if it did, Mimi's doing the dance. It did connect at the end, and it finds Petra. Problems now. Plant going down for the second time of asking. But an even affair between these two. Lockdown coming in. They want this one. They're going to fight with everything they have towards it. They want to buy as many seconds as they can, but you can already see it. BBL are trying to close the gap towards this, forcing Mimi to swing. Finds a fight towards one, looks for the follow-up. It's going to be happening soon, but great readjustment and a great shot from Glance. It's all down on one. Maybe hearing that drop, Felipa looking a little bit vulnerable here. Surrounded on all fronts, G2. Middle. Ever's gonna hear this.
Really check? Nearly a lineup.
Yeah, but that wasn't bad. Shot. Mary goes down. Mimi was the one who took the damage there as well, so there is another vulnerable player here. 35 HP, flash goes in, no one playing towards tree, they're playing towards site, but this ain't the weapon you want for it, but you have to make the best of a bad situation. At least the paranoia doesn't hit you, but you find Mimi. The follow-up! No way do you get this round! Out of sync with some of those smokes. Don't know when Glance can get those smokes back yet, but Mary's already on the site, but that's been given away. The UKJ utility's still there. The flash again from Mimi is wild to even get a chance at this. Alkyia though! How again this one player has made forcing the commitment here. Mary, oh, she's been drawn off it. I don't know if she's got time on the plant. It's gonna be so close.
Whoa, what? No way.
Alkyia's gonna be forced to fight, goes in completely blind, and Mary takes the... Mimi's flashes have been god tier so far. I think that did just catch them towards CT, so going to try and offset the timing. Paranoia sent towards Market. Again, Rayka can't really play out this one, but Vania can. Takes down Roxi. Now you go look towards the paw on the site. BBL flooding towards the site itself. This is now where it gets dangerous and deadly. Glance still standing, but only for so long. BBL! Because G2 is starting to get curious. There's been all this noise and then no follow-up. Now there's a bit of follow-up, but look at this timing. Oh, there's a shoulder spotted. That's huge. A spike. Surely that's enough for this round, but who's still standing? Alkyia. Dangerous, right? Maybe a little something could still be done. Isolated can't make it happen. G2 stranglehold on this round.
Oh, the timing just missed, and you're gonna have Petra on a backstab as well. Beautiful paranoia to come out here from Glance. Taken down early. I like that coming out from the side of G2, and Mary's actually gonna go for that first contact, so Alkyia finally shut down.
Yeah, Petra brought her big sister to the fight because she kept getting bullied by Alkyia. So she was like, Mary, can you please come over? I can't deal with this jet. It's been horrific for me. Now this time it's different, right? They have Alkyia down. Yes, Mary took some damage for it, but she's still going to play her role by trying to be that first person in, draw the attention towards that dash and that smoke. However, how she found another player there? I think that was fully blind. I think that was just pure blind spam. And it looks like G2 just shifting a gear here. Down to the 2. Vania's still alive, and as is Felipa. This is not completely done yet. We've seen mistakes, and we've seen over-deliveries from BBL. But it looks like Petra wants this done, but the timing is right. Felipa's got her. Here we go. Game back on, 2v4 now. Mary still a little weaker. Utility still to be played in by Felipa. It's not completely out of the woods just yet. Glance got to make her way out of there. Yeah, okay, fall back to safety. There's still a chance here.
Time is ticking though, and you've got to start moving in here if you're BBL.
Got to, and there's the first step. Great trade for Mary. As I said, barely breathing, but does the job required. Roxi to close it out, but G2 being taken the distance here at 15-13. Something a little new here. This could be interesting. Let's see if BBL are ready for what's coming their way. They'll be starting it out with an aggressive beginning on this defending side. And Roxi, with a lot to handle, trying to keep their attention and does do well. Alkyia goes down and Mimi gets played in. Perfect delivery from Mimi. Calls for support, but Felipa out of nowhere finds 3. She even got Glance in that.
She's been such a huge factor with the timing here, and Felipa somehow finds the 4th.
3 seconds on the flash. Might as well just wait for it. Okay, you got the flash. Oh. Yeah, let's look at the combination work here. Alkyia, not necessarily blind fire, but does find Roxi. Ooh, Eva's caught. This is actually pretty dangerous of a position. And Petra prioritizing Alkyia. Oh, the adjust. Where's the support? How is Petra on an island? Oh, the paranoia gets sent. Gonna force one away. Mary waiting patiently. Gonna deliver towards Vania. Does she expect the second no? But still kind of keeping no towards that side in case they drop from heaven. Rayka getting to take a couple of steps. No one was watching this. A fumble and a mistake. And suddenly, we're in a position no one expected. Mimi called upon here. There it is. The swarm grenade still on the site. Lovely work to be able to isolate the 1v1 and buy a couple of seconds on this readjust. But now, KJ versus KJ. Oh, Rayka's got it. You can still hold this from pretty deep. They have a nice little setup on the spike as well. Mimi investing that late round utility. Obviously, Roxi can maybe add a little to that, but I don't think she's got much left. Still, trying to pinch towards that drop side. Mary's still good for 1. Roxi with a follow-up.
Magic and a combination.
Much pace here. Maybe looking for a different, I guess, result against Vania. Maybe an overextension of this ult here, but they're going to invest it regardless. Takes away so much in BBL. Yeah, just vice grip on this round. Not falling foul to any of the problems. Rayka does need to be careful, though. Yeah, left on a little bit of an island. Could go down, but reinforcements are here. Might be able to fight out still towards Roxi. No, it's going to be Mimi to get her, but as it stands, BBL want an answer. Try to quicken the pace, it looked like G2, and then just got held at the door. It's almost feeling insurmountable odds. Unless Vania is able to find a paranoia that hits like 3 players and you just find the perfect timing. But no one's there to close the gap yet. Spots one, just crossing out of the pit. Good trade for Vania. Roxi, still gonna put life on the line.
The execution, but the players in tree, what can they do?
But they have to be aware of this, right? Mimi seems so... Mary seemed aware of it, but still loses their life. Paint Shell and Flash come in, Counter Flash goes out. Roxy utility to try and at least divide and conquer, but there's a success elsewhere. They fight out even towards CT, they double down on the fight, and Glance holds the push back in. G2 starting to really play in unison, but BBL are at the door. Van is still standing, so there's still danger to this. Eva looking for that first pick, but Roxy just toying with her, buying the time. Vania does find success towards Mimi, working them down one by one, but the time is going to be ticking. They have to get a move on, and Glance isn't allowing it to happen. And now just Vania, the superstar from before, needs...
They want to take it the distance.
That's what it comes down to, BBL. How bad do you want this? How much more do you have in the tank kick? Can you truly take on the champions? As it stands, it looks like there's still a fire in the belly. Alkyia going to lead in there with a good pick towards Roxy. Mimi falls further back, but does find Vania. Follow-up? No, not this time. A good trade out there. Keeping player advantage in a 4v3.
That's unlucky.
Yeah.
That's unluckier.
Has to back away from this now. Still a flash to play for Petra, though.
Not too much you can do, though. Looking for it around the corner. She's going to try and get the peek down. Petra, though, somehow finds one, and G2 now in a 2v3 situation.
Pressure towards CT, right? So BBL can isolate on the sites and see how much value they can get out of Alkyia. They know the position, but the flash wasn't going to catch, but Petra deals with it well. But in the meantime, BBL did the right thing. They took over the site. It was the right call. Now, if you're G2, maybe just pause, play for the retake. Don't need to go too far into this. You can see almost a overextension. I like them trying to fight for CT, but this is almost hounding it. Turns the flash, no problem. And still no plant to be had here. Ash, this is going wrong.
I mean, we saw BBL overheat like this previously. They went into B side last time they phased off against G2, and Mary's just gonna...
Yeah, as we're seeing that door being activated, it looks like C's the end goal, but we haven't really seen Mimi fall away from this. The issue is the ults, the utility. She is so dead with the Seekers coming out, everything thrown in. There was nothing that Mimi could do, nothing. So instantly it has to be a retake here.
Yeah, big plants come in here from Felipa as well. Now, no ultimates online here for BBL. It's Alkyia all up into CT spawn, always taking that aggressive position to stall out G2's retake, waiting for Petra on the flank.
The double stack here is brutally hard to get past. Glance, I doubt she's going to get out with it. No, absolutely not. Beautiful work from BBL. This should be 10 on the board. Sheriff, okay, but still just going to be waiting with bated breath. Can she do anything about this? You got the boombot coming in. Maybe she can build off that. Maybe there's some hope here, and that hope's actualized with one. But BBL over-delivered by finding Mary at the same time. Glance, fully blinded, still worth it. Still got that ult coming in. Overheating almost into this fight, and they both have to dip out towards tree. They've paused it. Vania is taking the TP. She wants none of that. It's off towards C. Rayka trying to back away, caught, and now a 1v2. But can they get there fast enough? Try to change their expectations. She pulls the trigger on the first. That's Glance now gone. But their cove's still in place. They're going to be able to just get to a sword. Roxy gets the gun out, but not quick enough. Towards Ace, we do get to see the test of Mary with that operator. Maybe a little too close for comfort, but they start to line up. Mary, get out of there. You got to run, you got to hike. They are quick to your tail. But still, she gets the first. Taking down Rayka, pretty decent. But they're on the site, though. So that's what the exchange is going to be. The cross, is it made? Are they safe? The spike, I don't think it's made it across just yet. Now, it tries to, and I think it just got denied. Passed on over, though. Mimi there now. G2, perfect response. The lockdown irrelevant. And look at the backfill from Roxy.
I like this cascade to make it a little bit more awkward. But there goes the Rolling Thunder finally to go in. You're pushing past the Poison Orb, though. Roxy's still alive.
She was unaffected until then. The springboard towards the side was good, though. Cross going to be watched, and that's a spike now lost. But look who's on the side. It's Vania. The monster herself going to spray down and find Petra. Bringing it back to an even affair of a 2v2. Mimi and Glance up against Vania and Rayka. They won that plant. And that's going to be the plan coming in now. They know the one's on the flank. They know the one was towards Waterfall. What do they do with this positioning? Vania decides on towards the box. Rayka down below. Not worried about CT for now, but maybe she should start considering it.
Timing?
Only 30 HP on Glance, though.
He's looking still, though. Okay, one pick down. Now is when you start to check that chip on your shoulder.
There it is, BBL.
More room to work with the re-clear out into A main, but overall, you know, updraft on site here for Alkyia, and Roxi has to stay alive as G2 funnel into elbow.
Yeah, 25 seconds though. They have to make their move towards site. They're not giving much room for error here, BBL. Let's see if they make any errors. That's the next question. Vania already just becomes the absolute beast again. 15 seconds now. Where's that spike in the middle? Trying to make its way across. They are dwindling in numbers. And BBL.
From the dark covers to go over towards Heaven, towards CT. The wall comes through, but interesting. Looking for backside control here for BBL.
And Alkyia closing the gap. Lovely trade, but better answer back from Rayka. So do they clear Roxi? That's the only thing on my mind. Yes, they absolutely do. Fully aware. Wide swinging for it. You saw them all hunting that down. Now Mimi's left in actually maybe more of a winnable scenario than she expected, but a 1v2 is always going to be difficult nonetheless. Checks close rafters, sees nothing. Spots the leg of Vania. Tries to isolate her, but the smoke's up, so it makes it very difficult. What does Mimi do? Try and navigate around that wall. Gonna be breaking now, and Vania just too quick to it. Done. He can start slipping back. They now know that the kind of plan is up. It's been noted, and Alkyia can turn attention. Good trade for Glance, but no further impact. She's getting very paranoid about that reflank coming her way, but Glance can hold space here.
She can hold space, but what more can BBL do? Vania on the board. 2v3 situation. Showstopper comes out. It's a shrouded step away, and Showstopper somehow doesn't find anything.
Yeah, but Vania 1 HP. Not gonna happen. Roxi just waiting.
If it does have the cross, though, actually gonna look away from it.
30
Timing
seconds left.
could be everything here. Just a tuck under. Ava looked to clear. But Mary still stays alive, and now have to stick that plant. But Vania
With the spike.
Alt. What?
Sorry. Eva, if I'm Mary, I'm furious. Because
How do you
Vania
TP
has the
there?
spike and just TP'd up to rafters to take the fight, where potentially Rayka could do nothing if you went down. The odds that you are playing against there are ridiculous. And well, they got the ult online now, so they know the positioning from G2, but I would be in pieces if I was Mary. Rayka, big dash towards Petra. Oh, and the follow-up as well. G2 are in shambles here. This is just...
Timing.
One enemy remaining.
The ult.
I mean-
They're not the ults. The cam. I can't.
And now, this is all getting a little bit bizarre. Again, it's just these two players here. Can they find that synergy? Glance really needs some benefits to this already. A couple of players starting to step forward. Glance, great work on the first. Tummy on the swing a little late for Roxi, but good for one. Then overwhelmed. Nothing they can do about that, but then they have the res back right there between Roxi and Glance.
On top of that, though, there is opportunity here for G2. Just one pick needed here for Mary to get the showstopper. There it is. Opener here to turtle BBL back in. Maybe find something in towards elbow.
Vania with one. This would need to be huge impact. Only takes down one. You kind of needed the second if you wanted a chance of Vania. An extended spray. But it gets the job done, and Mary left in the 1v2. Tap on the spike to try and draw the attention. Gets the first, expects the follow-up there. Didn't happen. Ava just playing the time, but Mary, no.
Still spy cam to work with there for Rayka, though.
30 seconds
Checking in
left.
towards close sight. Doesn't see anything. Blast backed it on sight. The execution has to come through.
Yeah, they got to try and stick the landing now, but
Spike down.
running down a little late. 20 seconds, they're gonna need some heroics. Alkyia can't land that shot this time. Mary a little too quick to it, but Vania's still alive. There's always still a chance. But where is Vania? And with only 12 seconds, maybe this one's a little out of reach here. Good for the first, needs 2 more with 7 seconds. I just don't see it happening. An attempt. Might have at least a plan on this, but you're not going to get your gun out in time. Okay, ahead of it. So they're really dependent on this, but they've actually predicted that Roxy's position is coming in. Wow. Okay, they turn attention for that, but the trade out comes towards Heaven as well. And now BBL overwhelmed towards main. Now that scrutiny should be coming towards the site. Can Mimi catch the cross? Not really. Glance going to continue that wrap towards Heaven. Outdone by Rayka. And now Mimi overwhelmed. This is going sideways for G2. Diffuse on the way.
Overall now. very, very posted up here for the side of BBL in towards mid, and first blood here for Alkyia on the buy round of G2.
Yeah, that's rotten luck for them, but that's a rifle you can get maybe to hand if you could get towards it. That wouldn't be bad at all, but you can already see the intention. Vania... I've never seen plays like it, man. This is just... Roxi completely unawares. Just punished. Alkyia does go down, but already they're so low on numbers, and there's been recovered rifles, and Vania's just walking around, just taking names. Yeah, a little bit more damage done, but Vania's beating them to it. You can't escape Vania. Ever present. 22 kills, make it 23. Go on, just give it the last as well. Vania! G2 took a lot to carve that out. It took the ult and glance taken down to about, what, 30 HP, but still, they haven't gone on the site yet. They've only won out in middle.
Petra's still got two guiding lights still to work with here, and Ava's just ratting underneath to push onto Raptors enough to find the players of BBL, though stuck in the crossfire. It's all up to Felipa and Alkyia into this round, but we've seen what these players can clutch up.
Oh, for sure. Like, at this point, after watching this much BBL, any round is possible. 1v5, sure. Sure, why not?
Just read.
Remaining.
That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Roxi, it's still possible, all right? It's not anymore. Just then. Just then. Now, the angle pretty nice here, though, from Mimi, but should be heard on those steps. Oh. Vania! The final boss is here. It's like when an adult plays against people like, you know, the kids at the park. Like, Vania just seems like a different beast altogether. And now in unison, they start to work their way down. BBL going to be taking this the distance, it looks like. Down to the last players here. Roxi, what can you do? Denies the defuse and gets the ult. Maybe still life in them yet. Trying to find the next follow-up is not going to be easy, but Roxi doing everything she can. But with Vania still standing, finally falling. It's down to the 1v1. And the time should be there for this defuse. And BBL going for the full-on turnaround, the full-on run it back. We are going the distance. BBL getting a little proactive here, and Petra's in a whole lot of trouble. Already checked on and dealt with, but the site might be lost when they try and return home.
Yeah, free site here towards B side, and look at the aggression in towards Jenny. You're going to see that it's nearly all clear. They find one more into Canteen, but all other three players walking in through sewers, looking to retake into Arcade.
Yeah, this cross, though, is going to be difficult, and a little bit of value off the back of Glance there is pretty big. Going to bring it down to a 2v2, but let's look what they have in the post plant here. Roxi and Mary need to work through some of that utility. I think they've just done that. Alkyia going to get towards it. The tap on the spike going to draw the attention. Roxi swings, takes the contact. Again, drawn off the spike here, chipping them down low. They're working this out. Mary going to find Alkyia. And now the 1v2, difficult. There's a lot of presence up towards tower, though. Hard to clear comfortably. Flash in, yes, but pushes forward, good. But it was Vania still to find value towards Petra there. Oh, and the jump down as well. BBL making this deadly. No easy point of access now. Spike going to go down, sure, but this post plant difficult to hold.
Isolated on site here for Glance as well, really relying on that crossfire. Very solo. Vania trying to find something through the smoke. Won't connect though, and there's the Roomba. Boombot to come out. Mary for an early swing to player life.
Still two rifles though. Oh, the flash timing, fantastic to force Glance off the angle. Presence, but G2 aren't going to be given a fair fight any way they want to go. There is nowhere that is easy. Rayka still hasn't been seen. Now noted, the smokes are in place. Nice work from Mimi to isolate the fight towards at least the rafters there, but wow, okay. Mimi, what? You had no right to those kills, but she finds them nonetheless. But how do they make this cross? They got to go now. And Felipa doesn't quite catch it, so now they got a chance at a plant. Pulls the attention, can Mimi get away? Yes, gonna readjust position, very nice. Molly goes in, they're trying to buy some precious seconds here. They're doing just that. Still a chance on the cross though, Mimi needs to do some damage. It's not, it can't all come down to Glance. Oh, but maybe it can. Brilliant work on the positioning from G2. Can we get that spike down? We've taken away some of those key things, those key aspects, but that shot from Alkyia, gorgeous. Takes out Petra. And even with the spike down, they have the player advantage here.
With dish control as well here, BBL know that G2 are all stuck on site and towards A main. Lockdown comes out, Rolling Thunder to push back these main players as well to deny. But Mary is still alive here in towards Sands. Finds two, but Vania takes her down.
yeah, just about buying enough time for the rest of G2 to get out of the ults, to get out of those issues that they're starting to face there, because BBL invested so much behind it. The molly is great. Glance denying Rayka, and now Vania has to just give it up. There's nothing else she could have done about it. A bit of a buffer. Let's see what BBL can achieve on this. Didn't quite catch Roxi then. An attempt was made, but not quite enough. They're uncomfortable now, forced to fight. That's better, Felipa. Okay, that's the first couple of steps here. How much more can they do to G2? How many more kills can they get? Petra called to attention. Oh, loses BBL. No. Where is this coming from? And now Mimi is surrounded. Rocket sent to the pocket, and now Eva's feeling a little isolated. Underhand flash, gets to turn around, takes down one with her. Mimi goes down, follow-up. Roxy's gone. Individually, this team is wild. No plant to be had yet. This is rough, but that's a great shot from Mary. Alkyia goes down, maybe not expecting that repeat to come out from Mary here, evening the situation, but the HP is low. This could be a great round for BBL. Get closer on that scoreboard. HP dwindled, already down to 27, 40, even Mary down to 50. And now the barrel shows punishment had there for Petra. Wanted a little more, but she has the flash, invests it, catches one, but she can't swing it. That position's been noted. She needs a bailout. She needs something, but they're playing for that plant. And now the timing's great for Mary, but gets predicted. Turned on, turned around. She gets so caught up by this. What? Mary's got to check on the spike, though. One bullet to play with. And look at the HP on the other side. What an attempt. Watch out. 5 more bullets, but she bought enough time for this. Well, you got that showstopper as well. This is going to be a very heavily equipped BBL. This is going to be a messy retake because G2 also have some stopping power. Mimi, Glance have her ults as well. There's going to be the first pop. They've got to be careful to not get caught by this. Alkyia, first bit of contact as well. Flash comes in. Petra's position could be key, could be critical. You're going to see all these ults poured in as it's going to be BBL taken towards the site. First kill comes in. Eva's going to find Petra. Follow up there. Alkyia going to take down Mimi, but it's Mary on the trade, but now they're on the spike. Where's the ult coming in from Glance? Where's that stopping power? Is that even going to come into effect? Vania strides on in. Roxi can only do so much. Ult gets put through a Glance. Challenge, but Petra could be that first challenger. Flash just about to be cycled back up. She's going to hear these steps. Decides to just swing it. Does actually find one, surprisingly.
I can't even believe that she found that first one. But now, that's BBL in a world of hurt. Because even more damage was done off of that sewers control. The Roxy is going to give them a world of pain for that plant.
30 seconds
yeah, let's see how that goes. Mimi actually the one to get the punish off the back of it, but that utility was in place. So very difficult to try and make that cross. The spike now goes loose, but Roxy gives up a critical position. That puts Mimi under scrutiny. Now, with the nade coming in, isolates at least maybe the chance for a plant. Glance's position is good though. Oh, that could have just been the kill right there. Didn't know it, of course, but G2 will get the pistol in the second half here. Actually, I might want to press this issue, but there's 3 players around this corner. How far are they willing to commit on this? Okay, the space is not good enough for a trade, so Felipa gets to keep her alive, but there are 2 players hunting her down here, and the support's called in. She didn't feel safe anymore. The spike was noted. That could have gone astray. No, they...
Right now, BBL just looking for this pinch, but timing is everything here for Petra. Finds the backstab on Rayka, and suddenly that opens things up a little bit more.
Roxi seeing the barrel. That's big. Doesn't get the follow-up, but it allows Mimi on the swing. This nice little push and pull is perfect. They should have enough here. Ava is already down low. That's a very difficult situation for her to try and work from. And just that barrel showing a little too early. Gave away the piece, and G2 stabilized. But that round...
Further stall potential coming up from G2.
Petra... Okay, that's opened up an opportunity here. He can literally be, the Zonya's hourglass. She can pause time here. She can buy so much of it. Mary going to try and take some space. They need to fight this back line. Roxy's done well. Takes down Vania, takes down Rayka. That's massive work from G2. They are not out of the woods just yet. And a quick ult coming in, and they've already evacuated the site. They're not sticking around for this. They absolutely want none of what they're trying to sell. Vania, though, up into a big position, holding towards the rafters. Utility starting to be burnt through on the site as well. They cleared that, so the plant should be able to come in. Shouldn't be a problem anymore. This retake not going to be easy. That ult not going to find what they wanted at all.
No, now dish control here for G2 and Spawn. You take out Vania, which is a really big piece into this round here for BBL.
Yeah, but instantly going to force the lockdown, though. They want to try and keep this under wraps. They want to slow down this retake, but they have to try and find the fight now. You can see the scramble towards it, the battle towards it. Can they deny? Can they take it down? Yes, they can! That pressure off the back of that plant. Oh, Oh, but the turn, it wasn't good enough. Roxi unaffected by the flash. And Petra closing the gap, but there's a player close by. Great work coming through by Alkyia, but they need more. Vania does have the ult ready. The lockdown going to come in. That gets denied by the orbital strike. And now Mary closing the gap, though, getting closer. Vania on the side. Needs to do wonders here. Needs to do some serious damage. Does do well, but needs to do more. It's not going to be enough just yet, as it's coming down to the last couple of seconds on this. They're on the spike. They send out the boom bot, but Glance ain't moving. She's unrelenting.
She's so low.
She gets taken down.
Remaining.
And now, with so few seconds left, Roxi just has to dive on it, but she dies for it, and BBL. Good bit of stall here, though. BBL being slowed down a little. Here come those Seekers. First contact will be made by main, so they know a player was trying to keep a little diligent towards this, keep a little closer. Flash comes in, Glance will find Rayka. Game on now. This is where we're going to start seeing it all being invested.
No.
Already Vanya's gone down. How has Vanya fallen? That's massive, that's the ult gone. And now suddenly, it's down to the three here. Alkyia, Felipa, and Eva. Can they keep hold of this? They're up against the odds, so 32 HP. A fight lost on the site. And G2 tearing it away from them. In the final moments, there was nothing left to do in this absolute marathon of a matchup. Truly a war of attrition between G2 and BBL.